Okay, so welcome everyone. So today we'll be working with Scratch, and today we'll be learning how to make levels. In this one, we're gonna continue on what we did last Thursday with the cat shooter on the space in space. So let's get started. So let me share my screen. Yeah, and let's get Scratch opened up. Okay. So with this, let's open up last week's project. Ishan, were you here last week, last Thursday?
I was there when in the project where we had to shoot the crabs.
Ah, okay, yeah, okay. So what I would like you guys to do is just open up that project, the shooting project. Let's see. So go to my stuff and just open up your old shooting project. Okay, and it should be what you guys have, right? You shoot, and then the crab follows you, and you're able to shoot the crabs for points. And then if you bump into them, your health goes down. And game over. Okay. And then we should also. Oh yeah, we need to fix some stuff to make our level thing work. So yeah, so just make sure you have this project open. You don't see yours? Mm,
Wait, I see it now.
you see it now? Okay. Okay. So if you have it open, just make sure it's runnable. So just click the flag and just make sure the crabs appear, and you're able to shoot the crabs. And then they should disappear. And if it does, that's okay, because we're gonna continue from there. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to keep track of one, how many crabs we've destroyed, and then depending on how many crabs we destroyed, we're going to we're gonna make the timer go up, or the spawn time go lower. I mean, uh, meaning if you take a look at the spawn time of the crab, here I have spawn time, so every 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds, it's going to spawn, and then it's going to spawn a random and a random location. It's going to spawn a random location for the crab. So what we want to do is we want to change that spawn time into a smaller number, depending on how many crabs we've destroyed so far. So and after we destroyed a several amount of crabs, let's just say like 10, once that checkpoint is crossed, then we have a kind of like a mini boss that can't be destroyed, but you just have to evade him shooting stuff at you. Okay, so let's get started with that. So here, what we're gonna do is we're already keeping track of points, so we know how much how much crabs we destroyed so far. So knowing that, we want to use that number and start making the spawn time lower. So I know you guys don't know this one yet. Let me take up the whiteboard thing. Um, Yeah, I know you guys don't know this this operator yet. Um, this one looks like the division sign or the percent sign. In programming, this is also the percent sign, but this is it's a special operator. It's called the modulo. So modulo. It's a modulo operator. And what this is, it's the same thing. It's not the same thing, sorry. It acts like multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, right? So multiplication, you have one number times another, and it gives you a result. Division, the same thing, and so on and so forth. Modulo acts like division, but it gives you back the remainder. So you're asking, how many times does this number get into this number, right? So for example, if I put, let's just say like 5, sorry, that was a bad number, 10 modulo 5, right? This 10 modulo 5 gives you back 0 because modulo gives you back the remainder. So it acts like a division sign, so you divide it, but then you get your remainder back. So now if I change this to 11 modulo 5, right? How many times does 5 go into 11? So if we divide this, 5 and 10, sorry, 11. So if we divide this 5 and 11, right, this goes in 2 times, and this is 5 times 2 is 10. This will give us back um, 1, sorry, 1, and what am I doing here? Yeah, this will give us back 1, right? And then 5 can't go into 1 anymore, so you need to bring down put a decimal number. But then here we start going into improper fractions or decimals, and we don't want that. What we want to do is we just want to return this number. So this number gets returned back, and this is our modulo. So 11 modulo 5 would give us back 1. 12 modulo 5 would give us 2. Because 2 times 5 is 10, minus 12 minus 10 is 2, right? And then we have 13. 13 modulo 5 will give us 2 times 5 is 10 again. 13 minus 10 would be 3, and this will give us 3. Right? And then bigger numbers, the number can get very big, but then modulo would always bring it down, if it's divisible by this number, and it will give you back the number. And the number we want to check is every time it hits a 10 or every fifth increment, we want to do something about it. So that's perfect here. Here, if it reaches 5, we want to do something. 10, 15, so any multiples of 5, right? So 5 modulo 5 would give us 0 because there's no remainder. It perfectly fits 5 into 5. So 10, same thing. 5 modulo 10 would give, 10 modulo 5 would give us back 0. 15 modulo 5 would give us back 0 again. So every time it's a multiple of this number, which is 5, and this will return 0 back. And that's what we want to check in Scratch. So in here, what we want to do is we want to go back to the Scratch, the cat, and we want to check the time, and we want to make a spawner variable. So here we go to variables, and we're going to make a variable. So make a variable, and we're going to call it spawn time. Okay. And we're going to press OK. Oh, there's already a variable called spawn time. Okay, I already have one called spawn time. Okay, and what we want to do is spawn time. We want to check for something, so we're going to make a flag. So let's see, events. So when the flag is clicked, we want to forever check something, and what we want to check is if, and we want our operators. Okay, so here's where we start doing these calculations. So if you take a look here, there's a mod block for Scratch, a modulo. So we have the big number modulated by the small number. So in this case, we want to do, for every 5 points that we have, we want to decrease the spawn time. So here, we're just going to grab our variable. We're going to say spawn time. So spawn time modulated by 5, modulo 5. If this is equal to 0, that means we reached the 5th element. So equals 0. Right? Then we reduce our spawn time. So we go back to spawn time. Oh, sorry, variable. We say set spawn time. And we're going to set spawn time by multiplying by 80% of whatever spawn time is. We're going to say spawn time times, times 0.8, okay? 0.8, if you don't know, 0.8 is it's decimal number for 80%. So whatever number we had, 80% of that now is our spawn time. So it's going to slowly go down, slowly going to be reduced. So you're asking, okay, if you have, let's just say 10 seconds of spawn time. So 10 seconds, what's 8% of 10? And you have 80%, 8%. And sorry, 8 seconds. And then from the 8 seconds, okay, what's 80% of 8? And then so on and so forth. So you slowly start making the number smaller, 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 smaller. You never get to 0. You can get close to 0, but you're always reducing it by this amount. And then another thing we want to check is if we get lower than a certain number, it doesn't make sense because then it's just gonna go crazy with a bunch of crabs, and we don't want that. Kind of ruins the game. So we want to put a cap. We want to say, okay, once you reach this number, just keep it at that number and don't make it any lower. So we set spawn time. We set spawn time to, so we check for it. So we say if spawn time, operator. So it's spawn time less than, let's just say 0.2 or 0.5 actually. Yeah, 0.5 actually. Okay, so if spawn time is less than 0.5, then we just want to set the spawn time to 0.5. So set spawn time to 0.5. Okay, so it's going to constantly be 0.5. It's never going to. It's going to go less than 0.5, but then we're going to bring it back to 0.5, and it's going to stay at that number. Okay. So if we take a look here, if you have the spawn time on your UI here, let's see, it says spawn time 2. So then if I destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, my number should have went down. Spawn time not going down. Why is my spawn time not going down? Oh, I'm not resetting my points. So you probably, I don't know if you guys have this. I need to reset my points. So I need to set. I'll just set it here. No, I'll set it here. So I need to set points to 0, and that should reset it. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got the wrong variable. It's not spawn time, it's points. Not spawn time. What's wrong with me? Yeah, so this one is spawn time. Multiplied by 0.8. But here we're checking for points, not spawn time. So let's grab our points, and then it says points modulated by 5. And then if spawn time is less than, yeah. So this one is the wrong one. I'm sorry, I was using the wrong variable. So if points modulated by 5, because points is the number going up. Spawn time doesn't go up, it goes down, depending on how much points you have. So that makes sense. Okay, so there. So I don't know if you saw it. Take a look here on my spawn time. It starts at 2, but then it goes down quickly to 0.5. So that's wrong. The reason why this is happening, because this this value is true at first time. So 0 mod 5 goes into 0 times. So then this statement is true. So what we want to do is we want to just do this once, and then continue until the point system is different. So we need to keep track of our old points. So we're going to say make a variable, and we're going to make a variable called old points, and let's press OK. And what we're going to do is we're going to set old points to 0. And then here, we're going to change right here after the if, before the set. So we have if point mod equals 0, we're going to set our old points to points. Okay. Now, with that, what that is going to do is it's going to record what points you are currently doing, and then if it's not equal to that, then we can move on. We can do it again if we reach another modulo 5, another multiple of 5. So we need one more statement here. Oops, sorry. One more statement here. So here we need an and. So we're going to remove this and put this on the first and. Actually, I'm just going to take it off just so you guys can see. So here we're checking if the points modulo 5 equals 0. So if this is a multiple of 5, and this is not equal to points. Points is not equal to old points. Okay. So if these two are not equal, then you can do you can subtract the time. If they are equal, then we already did it. Then there's no point on doing this again. So if we put this together like this, and then not, and then put the not in one side, and put the point on the other. Okay. And now we have this big statement and put it in there. Okay. So now what's going to happen is, if you take a look here, my spawn time is at 2. Now if I destroy 5 objects, 3, 4, 5, see my spawn time went down. Now it's 1.6. It was 2 seconds. Now it's 1.6. Now if you see, the crabs are now coming faster. So now I can, let's see if I shoot more. Now it went down. Now it's going to 0.5. So the numbers start to slowly get smaller. So I made a mistake here. I brought the wrong block. It says change old points. It's not change, it's set. So it's set. Oops. So remove the change, and then you have to put it. You have to make set old points into there. Okay. So now, because it went too fast. Okay, so now 1.6. One more, and now it's 1.2, and that's perfect. Okay, so it slowly started to get faster and faster. Okay, so after every 5th crab, the spawn time gets faster and faster. So now there's going to be more enemies in your screen because the spawn time becomes smaller. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about this? Yours isn't working. Can you share your screen? Okay.
Like the spawn time stays at 0.5.
Ah, I see. Stop.
Bonk.
Let's, Oh, can you go to your enemies block script sprite? Yeah. Scroll down a bit. Scroll up. Ah. Oh wait. So there it's already saying 0.2 seconds. So you need to put that with a variable. So look for spawn time and then drag it in there. Yeah. There you go. That should fix it.
No, but the spawn time doesn't change.
Press play. I'm gonna see it.
Nothing.
Okay. Stop playing. Okay. Go to U again. And then make a variable called spawn. No. Get a set block. It's a set. Yeah, and then drag it there. And then set spawn time, and then make it default to a number, but I don't know, 2.
Okay.
Put 2. Or okay. Yeah, just put 2 and then play it, and it should work. What about you, Ishan? Does it work?
I'm still on the green block. I'm almost done with the green block.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a couple more seconds to make sure you have this working. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.
Ready.
Okay, Ishan, are you ready? Oh yeah, you typed ready. Okay, didn't see that. Okay, so let's move on. So now that we have this, our spawn time is working. We're gonna remove it from our view here. I don't want to see old points and spawn time. So just uncheck it from variables. Just uncheck them because those are unnecessary blocks that we need to see. Those work inside, but we don't. The player doesn't need to know. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is if whenever we reach, let's just say 10 points. Once we reach 10 points, then we want like a mini boss to show up, and that mini boss, again, for this game, you can't destroy it. He only comes in and just blasts a bunch of stuff, and if you get touched by that, then you start losing health. So we're going to follow what we did here, but instead of modulating by 5, we can now modulate by any number we want. In this case, we want 10. So after every 10 points, we want to spawn an enemy. So first, let's start by creating our enemy. So I'm going to click on the sprite thing here, choose a sprite. I'm going to click on the little magnifying glass, choose a sprite. And you're free to choose whatever sprite you want. I'm going to choose dragon. Let's see, this dragon guy. Okay, and this one looks good as our enemy. Okay, remember this guy is not you can't destroy it, so make it something ferocious. Okay, and then what we're gonna do with this guy, this guy is at first he's going to hide because of course we don't want this guy appearing in the first part of our game. So just grab a flag, an event, and just hide him. So when the flag is clicked, just hide. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to. There's two ways of doing this. There's creating clone. That's a longer way. The easiest way is just broadcasting. Broadcasting when this will happen. Or sorry, a variable or broadcasting. Broadcasting, of course, is the easier way. So we're going to do this through broadcasting. So here we're going to go back to our cat. Yeah, back to our cat, and we're going to spawn the dragon guy. So let's we're gonna make another if statement. Actually, we're just gonna duplicate this. I'm just gonna duplicate. So right click, duplicate the whole thing, and just put it down here, right below the other if statement. Okay, and then this block, what we're gonna do is, you see these are the two blocks now. This block, instead of 5, we're now modulating by 10. Okay, so whenever the 10th point comes in, 10, 20, 30, 40, then we can start our thing. So here we're gonna erase everything below it. Oh, sorry, we're just gonna keep old points. We don't care about spawn time or if we're gonna erase that stuff. So we're just gonna stay with set old points to points, okay? And then here, what we're gonna do is we're going to broadcast a message. We're gonna broadcast instead of game over. We're gonna new message, and we're gonna do boss. Okay. So broadcast a message called boss. Okay. So all we did is duplicate this, what we just did with the if statement. Okay, and then we're gonna change this number. Instead of modulating by 5, we're now modulating by 10. So we want to check every 10th object, and then here we have we broadcast a message called boss. Okay, so we need one more thing too. Because our code for the crab is already done, the easiest way to kind of manipulate when he can spawn and when he can't is doing through variable. So we're going to go to a variable, and we're going to create a variable. So make a variable. And this variable is going to be, I'm going to call it can spawn. Okay? Can spawn. That's okay. And what we're going to do here is right below set old points to points, we're going to say set can spawn to no. So I'm going to set can spawn to no. So you're basically saying, can I spawn the crab? No. Right? We're changing the value to no. Once you have this, let's go back to the crab. Okay. And we're going to edit a little piece. So here, wherever we have the if statement, I think you guys have it a little bit different. Mine's using a timer. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Okay. So yeah, so mine's using a timer. I remember we didn't do by timer. Let me see what we did last time. Oh, we just did a simple if statement, right? And then we put the if statement somewhere else when it starts to clone. Okay, let me change it to what you guys have to make it easier to follow. And I think this is what you guys have. And forever, yeah, forever blocks. Yeah. Okay, I think this is what you guys. Yeah, this is what you guys should have. You have your spawn time, set spawn time, and then you're spawning. Wait for seconds, and then spawn the object. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is, so we have this. So here is where we want to change the thing. We want to add an extra if block. So we're gonna grab an if block and put it inside the forever that is surrounding the wait and the create clone. Okay. So you see how we have. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. You see how now we have forever, but then now we have an if, wait, and then clone. So it will only spawn if this statement is true. Okay. So here we're going to go to our variable, and when the flag is clicked, we do want to spawn. So we're going to grab a set spawn, and we're going to say yes. So can we spawn? Yes. Okay. And then here we grab a equal sign, an operator, an equal sign, and we say if can spawn equals yes, then we start spawning. If spawn equals no, then we can't spawn. So that's exactly what the broadcast is doing. So when before we broadcast, we change that variable to no, and then the crabs cannot spawn. So it doesn't make it super hard for the player. If you make the crab spawn while this guy is still on, then it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, if you want that, that's cool, but I think that's a bad design choice. But again, it's your game. Okay, so just make sure you have this. So we're just checking if can spawn equals yes, then we can spawn. If not, then don't do anything. So we go back to our cat. Okay, we go back to our cat. So here where we said can spawn equals no, so that's good. And now we broadcast our boss. Okay, so let's now go to our boss, our dragon, or sorry, my dragon. And now here we want to go to an event. Sorry, control. And no, it is event. Sorry. And then we grab a when I receive boss, the broadcast message. Okay. So when I receive boss, what do we want to do? So at first he is hidden, right? He's we press the flag and he's hidden. So of course we want to make him look. So show. And what I want him to do is I want him to continuously just look at me. So wherever I am, because he's going to be shooting fireballs, I want him to look right at me. So we're going to say motion, sorry, forever. I'm going to grab a forever block. And let's see, motion, point towards, yeah, here, point towards. And we want to point towards, for me, it's a cat flying. So I'm just going to click on cat flying. Okay, so point towards the cat flying. Okay, and that's it. So now let's press play and press play on the game, and let's try to get 10 crabs. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then finally 10, The dragon didn't show up. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Let me refresh my Scratch. Maybe something is not loading correctly. Well, this is interesting. Oh, I know. Okay, I see my problem, guys. Okay, so, oops. So the problem I have is that 5 and 10 are similar parts where 10 can go into 5. So then this gets reduced, and then old points does become new points. Sorry, the old points become the new points, and then down here this invalidates this statement. So technically, this becomes true, but then points never this thing never reaches. So what I'm gonna do is instead of 5, I'm gonna change this to 3, because 3 and 5 I don't think touch until 30. Or you know what? No, I'm not gonna do this. I'll change to 5, and I'm just gonna remove the and statement. I'm just gonna have points modulo 10. Because I'm just gonna remove this part because the 5 takes care of everything. So anytime we hit some like a 10th number, this takes care of the old points, and then we don't have to take care of this because this will only run once, right? Right? Did that make sense? That made sense, right? So if this is 5, and then old points becomes points, and go back, it's 10, still 10. It still will run. I see. So this is not good. So we do need this part, but then this part won't run because this is not true. Well, yeah. So okay. So here, this is where you start encountering a weird math. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an exception here that we're gonna say if points mod 5 equals 0, so that's true. So that, let's just say that's 5. We want everything to run exactly the same. But if modulo is a multiple of 10, so if it's a multiple of 5 and 10, what we want to do is we don't want to record our old points. So then our second one, this one, mod 10, will run. So here we're gonna grab a if block before we start setting our stuff. So it's going to grab everything, but just drag it out. So this is just where it's an empty if block. And then this if block, I want an if else. I think we want an if else. Yeah, so grab an if else, not just an if. So grab an if else. Okay, so we're just putting an if else right on top of old points. So then if else, what we're gonna do is we're going to say if mod, yeah, points mod 10 equals 0. Yeah. Okay. So here we make a check. So here we're checking if modulo is 5, and then here we're also checking if mod equals 10. If mod equals 10, we don't want to do anything. If it doesn't, then we want to set old points to points. So we're going to grab this part, and this part is going to go to the else statement. Yeah, we could have done it with just an if we just got if we would have done not. Yeah, but it's too late. Optimizing code. Okay, so this is what it's inverse logic, I mean. Okay, so what's going on here is here we're checking if mods equals 5. If it is, then it might be a multiple of 5 or a multiple of 10. We're gonna check if it's also a multiple of 10. If it is a multiple of 10, then we don't want to set old points to new points. So we just want to leave it alone. Else, if it is, then we want to set old points to points now. So this is going to help us with this one. So now if you go back, let me raise my points to like 8 maybe, 9, and then 10. So now my object appears, and then it says can spawn equals no, and that's perfectly fine. Sorry if that was a little confusing, but I needed to work out the logic in the in that block. Okay, so I'll give you guys a couple more. Give you guys 1 minute to finish this up. Okay, let me know in the chat when you guys are ready. Okay, are you ready, men? So, Ishan is ready. Are you still working on it, Min?
Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Ah, I see. Did you finish this? I'll take that as a yes. Okay. So good. Let's move on. So now that we have this, now this guy successfully appears, right? So now we want to give him a purpose. The purpose I'm going to give him is he's going to just shoot a bunch of fireballs at me. at random times, and after, let's just say, like, you survive this for 10 seconds, then this guy goes away and we go back to normal crab shooting. So let's click on our dragon. Okay, and what we want to do is, so we have a when we receive boss, we want to continue flying our cat. Then what we want to do is we want to give him a timer. So after 10 seconds. Well, actually, you know what? No, let's do the shooting first. So after, let's first do the shooting. So we're gonna say when I receive boss. So let's get a broadcast. So when I receive a boss, I want to forever do this until I'm told not to. And I want to shoot, but before that, we need to wait. I'm going to wait for random seconds. So I'm going to say wait, random number between 1. I'm going to do 1 and 5 now. Yeah, 1 and 5. Okay. And what I want to do is once that time is up, I want to repeat, and I want to make clones. I want to make 10 clones, and well, we don't have what we're going to shoot, so we're going to make a new sprite. So let's put a pin on this. Let's go here down here to choose a sprite, and we're going to choose a sprite. I'm going to choose because it's a dragon. It makes sense to shoot some like sort of fireball. So I'm going to choose a sun. Okay. So this sun is okay. I'm going to make the sun smaller. So instead of 100, I'm going to do 70. Maybe a little bit smaller, 65. That's fine. Okay. So this is our fireball. So it's going to be shooting. It's not going to be shooting from its face because that's pretty hard to do because we know its center, but we don't know its location here. And the object is rotating, so we have to do a bunch of calculation to figure out where his mouth is to be shooting fire. So instead, it's just going to be shooting from the middle. I mean, it solves the problem. So what we want to do is we want this object to also be pointing at the correct direction, because if we have our character rotate, like let's say our characters are on here, then the dragon will be now facing down. And depending on where that is, and then our ball should be facing down this way. So wherever this guy is shooting, that's its forward. Let's we need to capture information first. So let's leave the sun alone, and we're gonna go to back to the dragon. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to capture all that information. We want to just capture the direction information. So we're gonna make a variable. So we click variable, make variable, and the variable we want is we're gonna say dragon direction. So now we have a new variable called dragon direction, and then this one is just taking, it's just going to record where the dragon is facing. So we're going to say set dragon direction to, we go to motion, and we're just going to go to direction. Okay. So all we're doing is just storing the information from the dragon into dragon direction. Okay. Once we do that, let's go back to the sun, or let's go back to the projectile. Okay, and then here, what we wanted to do is we want to say when I start as a clone. So say when I start as a clone. Yeah. We of course we want to show because this is going to be hidden. Hello.
My device was Scratch that I was using. Scratch ran out of battery.
Okay. I'll give you a couple minutes to bring a charger and you can plug it in.
There is a charger, but I'm not sure if it's charging.
Usually when you plug it in, a light tells you it's charging. Is it turning on a light?
I don't see any light.
Maybe no more battery. Where the battery?
I do see a light.
Okay,
But-
try pressing the power button. It'll turn on.
There is no power button. It's a laptop.
Yeah, laptop has a power button. All they do, they all have power buttons.
Yeah. I don't see it.
You have
It looks like this.
I don't see it anywhere on the laptop though.
It's usually on the top left, or it's either top left or top right of the where the keyboard is.
I don't see anything. It doesn't. I don't see any power button.
Maybe it's on the sides. Check on the side of the keyboard or the laptop.
I think I found it. I think I found it.
Okay, is it turning on?
I mean, it doesn't look like the power button that you showed, but it doesn't look like the power button that you showed me. And
Oh.
and I don't know the password for it. It's not,
Says your mom not there. um, I guess you could just watch watch me do it, and then I'll post the video soon, so you can just continue where we left off. Because
okay.
I can't help you with the password. That's between you and your mom. Okay, so let me continue. Then again, like I said, you can just continue on. Just look at the video. Just continue from where we left off. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna continue. So Ishan, everything's okay on your side, right?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. All right. So let me resume my presentation. Okay. So like I said, we have the sun and we have the dragon. Now the sun is gonna be the thing that's gonna well, I'll be shooting, right? So when I start as a clone, I want to show. Oh, let me grab a flag event. So when the flag is clicked, I want to hide this. Okay, because we don't want the original one to be shown. But when it starts a clone, I want this to be shown. And what I want to do is I want this thing to go to the dragon. So it's going to go in the middle. So I'm going to say go to. And here, instead of random position, we go to dragon. Okay. So go to dragon. Then,
I found out the code. I mean the password.
okay. So you want me to give you a couple seconds to log in? Okay.
It stayed on Scratch and all the stuff was saved.
Okay. So that's good.
Can you give me some time to get the stuff that you told me to do? Can you
Yeah.
go, boss?
That's on the boss right now.
You can go back to the sun.
Okay. Did you get this?
Not done. Can you go back to dragon?
Okay.
Okay, you can go back to sun. Wait, never mind. Done.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue from here. So it says when I start as a clone, I show and then go to the dragon. Then what I want to do is you want this object to be facing wherever the dragon is facing. So we say point in direction, and we already saved this in the variable. So if we go to variable, it should be dragon direction. Okay, so point in dragon's direction. I'm gonna uncheck some stuff here. I like can spawn and then dragon direction because that's stuff that we don't need to know. I just have health and points up in the top left. Okay. After we are at that, after we are in the correct position, what we want to do is we want to keep moving forward until we reach the edge. So once we touch the edge, the ball gets destroyed, and then that's the ball's the sun's life. So what we're gonna do is go to control, and then we're gonna click on repeat until. So repeat until we are touching the edge. And what we want to do is we just want to move 10 steps forward. Once that is done, once we touch the edge, we just want to delete the clone. So we just say delete clone. Oops, sorry, not here, up, down here. Delete clone should be the last thing. Okay. So now if I press play, if I press the flag, let me get my 10 points. So let me destroy 10 crabs. Okay, so there's my dragon. Now it's gonna spawn. Oh, okay, so it's facing all the right direction and stuff, but the thing that's not happening is we forgot to instantiate the clones, or sorry, create the clones. So I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna go back to the dragon, and right here you see how it's blank. It says repeat 10, but it doesn't say anything. What we want to do is just create a clone. So create a clone of the sun. Oh, one more thing. We don't want to create 10 clones at the same time and then just kind of like a barrage of it. We want to wait for a couple seconds. I'm just going to put wait. And I'm going to wait for like 0.2 seconds. That should give you enough time just to like I'd be sending every 0.2 seconds the sun. So let's check this out. Let me bring my points up so it makes this a little easier. Oops. Yeah. Now if you see, now it's creating 10 balls. Now it's it's trying to hit you. Remember, it's random order, a random time. I mean, so the dragon is gonna. It's a random time to be sending those balls in the suns too. Okay, so this is what your game should look like. Okay, let me know if you have any issues. Should I put back the code of the sun? Okay, can you display your screen or share your screen so I can see what's going on? Okay, show your screen. Okay, let's see what you have.
I don't see the crabs.
Okay, can you stop playing? Can you click on crab? Can you zoom in because I can't see the code? Okay. So here you forgot to set can spawn. So go to variables. Go to variables. And then get on set. Yeah. There you go. So we're gonna put can spawn by yes to yes. Now press fly. They're still not there.
Oh, they're not there.
Oh wait, hold on. Can you go back to that code and zoom in? And zoom in again. Okay, you see how it doesn't spawn the it doesn't spawn the crabs. It just says wait this many seconds and then doesn't say spawn. So grab make a clone. So go to control. Yeah, and then grab make a clone. Create a clone. Yeah, create a clone of myself right underneath wait spawn time. Yeah. Okay, try that out.
Oh,
There you go. Okay, try to reach 10 points. Min, does yours work?
there's no more crabs appearing. Only one just appeared.
Okay. Stop playing.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Something's wrong with mine.
Okay, I'll be with yours in a second. Okay. Can you zoom out a little bit? Can you make your screen a little bit smaller? Can you click on the little small, the dock thing on the top right? You see, there's 3 buttons. There's one that's highlighted blue. Yeah, make it smaller. Smaller. No, that's big. Medium.
Oh, this one?
Small. Yeah. There you go. Now I can see more code. Let's see. Okay, can you scroll over to the right on your code? And go up. Can you scroll down a bit? No, keep scrolling down. Go a little bit to click on the cat. Yeah. Okay, so there's a problem there. Yeah, your statement is wrong. Let's see what I have. Yeah, so it says mod points 5 is equal to 0. That's correct. And then not points equals to points. You have an extra equal sign.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean to study? What do you do?
Yeah, so remove the remove that equal sign that's in the back. Yeah. So remove that block. Yeah, erase that one. We don't need this one. No. Just press Control Z. Hold Control and then click Z. Yeah. And just erase the equal sign. Yeah, that's the one we don't need. Okay. And then now drag this one into the not. Yeah. No. No, what do you do? Not. No. Inside the knot. Yeah, just a knot. Grab the knot. Yeah.
There.
Yeah, and then put it inside the if again. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And now it says points mod 10 equals to 0, not 10. So change this the second one to 0. Okay. And now we have this one times 0.5. Does that say 5 or is it 0.5?
Spawn time is less than 5.
It's 0.5.
Oh. 0.5.
And the second number should also be 0.5.
0.5.
Okay. And then we have the same thing. If mod. So this one should be mod 10. So if mod 10 equals 0. Yeah, and then set all points to points, and then can spawn equals no, and then boss. Okay, I'll press the flag and let's see it work.
Let me see if I. Oh, now the crabs are appearing.
Yeah, try to get so if you put 5, now it gets faster. Try to get 10.
Where'd the rest of the crabs go?
Oh, I see your problem. Stop.
Oh.
Yeah, I see your problem. Your problem is this. You see where it says set spawn time to spawn time times 8?
Yeah.
It's not 8, it's 0.8. You're not multiplying by 8 because then you're making a longer wait. We don't want to wait for a long time. We want to wait for a shorter amount of time. So it's 0.8. Okay, try it out. Okay, so now they should go faster. That's good. And then reach 10. 2 more. Okay, there you go. And it appears.
And he's
Just
outside.
destroy. I'm sorry.
And
Just
he's
go. Yeah, just go rotate around. Just go around him. Fly around him. No, don't. That's a dragon.
Oh, fly around?
Just fly around him. No, just with your arrow keys or with your WASD.
D.
Well, how do you move? You just move around. You're supposed to face you. Move around. Yeah.
Oh.
See? So go forward. You're going backward. Yeah, just fly around. Around them.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to practice a little bit more on the controls. It looks like you're just bumping into the edge. Well, anyways, yeah. So you need to fix one more thing for your dragon. Can you stop playing?
Stop.
Can you go to your dragon? Nice.
Oh. Go on, dragon.
And then here, see, it says 2 seconds. It's not 2. It's 0.2. You need to be careful with your decimal numbers. Yeah, 0.2. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, so you're up to date. Now let me go help Min. Min, can you share your screen?
Oh, I might need to rejoin my computer.
You need a what?
I just needed to rejoin my computer.
Okay. Does it work? No, I mean, do you need help with the scratch? You said your something doesn't work.
Yeah. Like the bullets won't go in the direction of the boss.
Okay, let me take a look at what you have. You have 50 points. That's a lot of points. Okay, stop playing.
Look, it still goes.
Yeah, okay, so stop playing.
Because the boss direction.
Yeah, okay, stop playing. Okay, go to the Sprite. Sprite 3. Yeah. Let's see. And then boss direction. Okay, can you click on Sprite 2? Okay. I see your problem. Your problem is that your set boss direction, you don't do it continuously. You only do it once. So make it inside the forever. Make it go inside the forever. No, 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 not that one. Up here with the yeah. Yep, perfect. Yep, just press the flag and it should work. Is it working now? Yeah, right. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you might want to make your numbers a little bit smaller because it's going to be pretty hard to finish your game. But again, it's your game, so. But usually you want to give the players some chance to win. Okay. Okay, so let's continue back. Let me go back to my screen. Okay, so we left here, and now our dragon is slowly shooting out our sun, our stuff. So the next thing we want to do is we want this dragon to only appear for a certain amount of time. After, let's just say 10 seconds, we don't care. We want him to go away, and then we can move on with our cool other crab shooting stuff. So this is going to be pretty simple. What we're going to do is we click on the dragon, make sure we're on the dragon. And we're going to grab another when I receive the boss. And what we're going to do is we're not going to make a variable for this. We're just going to use the inbuilt timer that's on Scratch. So we're going to go to sensing. Okay. And then we're going to just reset the timer when we start. So when I start as a boss, we want to set it to 0. Once we're set it to 0, we want to check it once the timer reaches a certain time. So we're going to say forever if greater than time. Okay. So grab this. So we say if the timer is greater than, let's just say 10 for 10 seconds. So once we've reached the 10 seconds, the dragon should disappear. We don't care about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, one, hide. So we're going to hide this dragon. Second, we're going to set to can spawn to true. So we're going to let the crabs spawn now. So instead of 0, we're going to say yes. Okay. And then we're going to stop the rest of the scripts. And then we're going to stop ourselves. So we're going to go to control. Because this isn't a forever loop, we want to stop it. So we're going to say stop this script. Sorry. Sorry. We're going to stop other. Here to this script. Yeah. So we're going to say stop other scripts in Sprite and then stop this script. So here what's happening is we're stopping this script. So we're not shooting fireballs anymore and we're not rotating towards the player. And then we're also stopping the timer stuff. So we don't care about that anymore. So just make sure you have all this thing. We don't want to do stop all because if we do stop all, it completely stops the whole game. And that's not what we want. We just wanted to stop this stuff. And then we want to continue with the rest of the stuff. Okay. Okay. And then also, well, we'll do that later, actually. Okay. So just make sure you have that. So now let's check it out. Let's press the flag. Let's get our points up. So let's say I have 10 points now. Now this guy's going to shoot the fireballs. I want to shoot the fireballs. So now let's say I think I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. And then he went away and then back to crab shooting. So now once they reach 20, so I have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now he appears again. Because remember, we're looking for multiples of 10. So the multiple of 10, 20 is a multiple of 10. So then he's still there. And then after 10 seconds, he goes away, and I'm back to crab shooting. And that's exactly what I want. Okay. So make sure this works for you. I'm pretty sure this will work for you because you guys were, I just checked your stuff. Yeah, just make sure you have a sporting chance. And also, don't make it a big number. So I saw that with Min. With Min, you had a huge number. I think you had like 50. So with 50, that means every 50th kill, you would get the dragon out, or you would get your boss out. But if you want it like that, that's fine. But I think it's a little too long for testing purposes. Maybe you want to reduce it. Maybe like every 10th kill or every 10th destruction, you would have this guy up here. But yeah, in your real game, you can switch it back to 50. Again, this is just a suggestion for testing purposes. Okay. So, all right. So now that we have that, the next thing we want to do is, of course, we want to receive damage. So once we touch those balls, we want to reduce the suns. In my case, we want to reduce the health. So let's go to cat flying. Okay, and then we should already have. Oh, where's my stuff? Oh no, we don't have it there. Sorry, I have it in my crab. So with my crab, I have.
There's a boss. Can you go back to the boss sprite?
Sure.
Because I need to do some of the.
Yeah, here it's back to the boss sprite. You want me to zoom in? Is that okay? I'll be right back, guys. Let's get a drink of water. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So where did we leave off? Okay, Min, do you have your stuff ready? Does it work?
Let me try. It worked.
Okay, that's good. So we can move on.
But
So
have you made it so the player takes damage when it hits the
no, I haven't done that. I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. So like we did with the crab, because the crab, the clone is looking for the player, not the player is looking for the clone, because the clones have different names. So we're gonna do the same thing with the sun. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy what I did on crab. So if I go to crab, I should have this when I start as a clone, and then if touching flying cat or if I'm touching sprite one, I'm just gonna do if touching flying cat. So I'm gonna duplicate this. So I'm gonna remove the touching sprite one. So I'm just gonna duplicate this part, and I'm gonna drag it into the sun. Okay. So I'm gonna remove this. And now the sun should have this this code. This is exactly what we want. If we touch the cat, we want to subtract health. If the health is less than 1, then we broadcast game over and then delete this clone. So we want to, of course, want to forever do this. And then when I start as a clone, oops, when I start as a clone, yeah, okay. So now, if those balls get caught,
Wait, can you
or
pause?
yeah, sure. I'm just playing the game right now. I'm just trying to see if it works. Okay, 7, 8, 9, and then finally 10. Here's, and my health goes down. I guess he just shot me. Let me do this again. Uh, we go. Okay, so now if I touch one of the balls, 2, 1, 0, perfect. Yeah, so this is my health going down, and that's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, 10 fireballs shot exactly right to me. Okay, this is good. Hey, let me know if you guys have this done so we can do our last part. Okay, are you done, Min?
No,
Or are you still testing it?
still doing code.
Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds.
Mine worked.
All right, perfect. Okay, so let's do the last part of the project. So the thing gets us. I'm not gonna do the damage to the dragon by dragon. You can if you want to. All you need to do is go to the cat and just say, just make another if block and say, if touching dragon, then subtract health. But I'm not gonna do that with mine because the dragon's too big and it's pretty hard to avoid him. So you're gonna lose a lot of health. The next thing we want to do is instead of subtracting health, now you want to do some positive health. So we want to do some health stuff that randomly appears. So let's grab a new sprite. So we're gonna choose a sprite. And of course, I like going through with a strawberry. So I'm gonna choose a strawberry. Okay. So now that I have my strawberry, I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, maybe 65%, 65, maybe a little bit less, 45. 45 is fine. And this is going to have very simple code. All it's going to do is it's going to go to a random position. And then once you touch that with the cat, then it's going to give you points. And then that's it. No. So, taking this away. Sorry. Okay, now to do that, we're going to say when the flag is clicked, I want to hide. Okay, because I don't want to show the object yet. And it's going to be shown only for a couple of seconds. So when I say hide, I want to forever do this. Forever go to a random position. Motion go to random position. Okay. And well, before going to a random position, we want to wait for a couple of seconds. We do not want to give it a short amount of seconds because that just gives the player too much health, and then that makes your game pointless unless you want your game to be like that. But you should give positive things, spread it out so the player should work for it. Try get some skills. So we're gonna wait. Wait a couple. Oops. Wait, and then we're gonna wait for a random amount of seconds. So here I'm gonna choose from 10 to 20 seconds, and that should be enough. And then I'm gonna show. So show. Yeah. Okay. So here it's very simple code. When the flag is clicked, I'm gonna hide, and then wait for a couple of seconds, and then go to a random position and just show myself. So basically, it's gonna pop up in the screen, and then it's gonna say, "Hey, I'm here now. I'm in the health. So if you touch me, I'll give you more health." So okay. So once we have that, the next thing we want to do is we want to say, "Are we touching the cat?" So very simple, just like we did for the other block for the other objects. We're gonna say the flag is clicked. I want to forever check for something. I'm gonna check if I'm touching the cat. So touching cat flying. Okay. So if I'm touching the cat flying, of course I want to give him health, right? Because you just touched the positive stuff, which is the health. And here I'm gonna change can spawn, or that's not can spawn, health by, I'm gonna give him 5 health. Okay, you can change it to whatever health you want, but I'm gonna give him plus 5 health. Okay, and then I'm going to hide because he touched it, and we don't want to give him unlimited unlimited health. So here just health 5, and then we're gonna hide. Okay, and when we play the game, so now we can shoot the crabs. Okay, now the strawberry is there, so my health is 5. Now when I touch it, now my health is 10. Okay, now I have extra health ready for the dragon. So now the dragon is there, and I can collect it. Now I have 15 health. Now he's gonna start bombarding me, and then I could get shot by the sun. Nothing happened. Yeah, health went down, but luckily the strawberry saved me. So I can keep on going. The strawberry's there. We'll get the strawberry. Oops, I missed it. Grabbed it. Now I have 15 health, 10 health. There you go. The strawberry is saving me. This is pretty hard. Okay, the more you go into, the higher level. I mean, the more crab kills you get, the harder it's gonna get. Back to 5 health because now the crabs are spawning faster and faster. I think I need 4 more points to win the game. Oh, I think I never made a you win. Okay, I never made a you win. I think you guys have a you win. So if you guys have a you win, you guys can just make the thing the points bigger, and then whenever you win, then it stops everything. Yeah, because if I go to my Sprite, I only have a U boost came over. So yeah, so it should be fairly simple. Just say if if points is greater than 50, that means you got 49. I mean, you got 50 points. Then it's game over. You win. That's yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about this? Okay. Now, so now you can get you can get creative with this, just like we did here. You see how we did every fifth point, we're going to multiply by 0.8. And then here, every 10th point, we're going to create our guy here, our big guy, our boss. So now you can start including other kind of bosses. So after you reach, let's just say 30 points, then this guy shows up. Or if you have, let's just say like every 50 points, the main boss or the big guy shows up, and that's the end of the game. So however you want it, you can make it like that. So that's the cool thing about the mod block. So it's called Modulo. And remember what Modulo does? It just grabs a number, it divides it, and it gives you back the remainder. So whatever number it can't fit, and then gives you back, how much was there left. In this case, we were just checking for multiples. So to check for multiples, we just check for 0, and that means it was a multiple of that number. In this case, it was 5 and 10. Okay. So does anyone have any questions about today's project? Okay, so if no one has any questions, that was it for today. Yep, just that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.